Welcome to the Immigration Hour, a weekly show by an immigration attorney discussing important issues of the day. Today's topic addresses the situation where people who want to come to the United States get an agent, people who project themselves as agent to apply for their visas for them to come to the United States. This video discourages that on a number of reasons. I was born in a foreign country and I am now in the United States, and I've been practicing immigration law for more than 20 years. I speak from experience, and I advise against you getting an agent to apply for your visa, your passport, your visa for you. First and foremost, the amount of money that you will pay. You use a lot of money to pay somebody who is not even trained to do what they are claiming that they can do. So that's the first thing. That money, you don't have to spend that money. Secondly, when you spend this money, there is no guarantee that the process will go through, and there is no promise to return your money. So when you spend this money, there is no guarantee that this process is going to be successful, and there is also no promise to return your money. Therefore, it is just money that you are throwing away without any guarantee. Thirdly, these people are not trained to do this. They are just people who are educated just like you are. In most cases, when you're really coming to the United States, so one of the things that they're going to look at your interview, they will look at is your education. So most people who come here, at least they've graduated either high school or the university. So if you've graduated any of these institutions, you should be able to go to the U.S. Department of State website to read and follow the instructions and fill out your application. You don't need a third party to do that for you. What they're doing is that they're reading the instructions and filling out those forms for you, something that you can equally do. But the good thing with it is that if you do it, you're not throwing away money. If you don't succeed, then you did not lose any money either. But when you get someone else to do it for you, if they don't succeed, they don't return the money to you. So that's a big loss. Another thing is that when you do it yourself, you're more diligent. When an agent does it for you, there's a high likelihood of errors in the application. You know yourself better, so you can answer the questions and put in the right information on the application. Who knows you better than yourself? An agent does not know you better than you. These agents, they are not only working for you, they are working for multiple people. So the tendency is that they can likely confuse information from one file to the next, and down the line that will haunt you. So it is always important. The social media, the internet has made it so easily for things to be done. No matter where you are in the world, you can do it as long as you are educated enough to be able to follow instructions, and as long as there are programs, informative programs like the ones that you're currently viewing, that will tell you the forms that you need and what you need to do. So all you can do it by yourself. You don't need an agent. So try to save some money while saving yourself, because you know yourself well. You can put in the information that is required. Even if you cannot fill out the form yourself, ask for help from family members and friends and let them walk you through the application process. Fortunately, you have law firms, you have people who are out there to provide information to others out, who want the services, so that they can look for more information. This is just, again, our objective is just to give out information that can help you to look for further information. And that's what we do here. Why do I say this? I'll give you two examples of cases that I worked on here in the United States. There's a situation where one of my clients, his documents were prepared for him by an agent. The agent put in that visa application that the person who is traveling to the United States is married, and one reason why people say that they are married when they're coming to the United States is because your chances of having a visa are higher. That's true. When the United States government knows that you have your wife back at home, you have your children, you have your family, their understanding is that you will not leave your children and family just to go and stay in the United States permanently, because what they're giving you is a temporary visa. It's a non-immigrant visa to go and visit and return to your home country. So they believe that you will not leave your spouse and your children to go to America just to stay. So that's why the agent put in that application, that visa application, that my client is married. And when the client happened to have gone for interview, they didn't ask him any question about his marriage. So they issued a visa to him. Now he comes to the United States, not knowing what was in that visa application. So he got married to a United States citizen. And we petitioned for him, and he, went for an interview. When we went for the interview, he did not know what was waiting for him at the interview. The officer asked him, "Have you ever been married?" He said no, because truly he has never been married. Then the officer brought his visa application that was submitted to the embassy in their home country. The officer brought his visa application and put down and said, "Wait a minute, when you were coming here, the basis, one of the reasons why the United States Embassy issued a visa for you was because you told them that you were married and that you're coming to the United States just to visit and to return. Now, you don't have a divorce document from the spouse that you claim to have been married to, and now you are married to a United States citizen. That is bigamy. In the United States, you cannot be married to two persons at the same time. So that is bigamy, and in actual fact, polygamy is a crime in the United States. So now this person finds himself in a serious predicament because they did not know they were married. So now they got married to this person without divorcing, and it's because the agent had put that in their visa application unbeknownst to them. So what happened? Now he could not, the United States USCIS denied his marital petition. They denied his petition on grounds that he's married to two people at the same time. And then that's not even the worst situation. The situation now is that he could not, being that he doesn't know who he was married to back in his home country, he doesn't know whom to divorce to. He doesn't know how to file a divorce. He cannot file a divorce. Obviously, he had to file a divorce with his United States citizen wife because, he's not legally, that marriage was void ab initio. The marriage was void because you can't be married to someone here when you haven't divorced the person that you were married to in your home country. So now the marriage here is void. It's not even voidable, it's void ab initio. So now what does he do? He did not even know who to get divorced to back at home. So that's the problem that he had. So that's why with the experience that I've had over the years, I advise that you should do your application by yourself. If my client had applied for his visa himself and put in there that he's married, then he knows what he had in that application. So as we speak, he was not able to have a green card in America, let alone becoming a U.S. citizen. So now he's stuck. The second example that I have has to do with citizenship. When you are applying to become a United States citizen, what is expected of you is that you have to prove to the United States government that you are somebody of good moral character. The look back period for good moral character is even from birth. That is in your home country. Have you ever committed any crimes? Have you lied to anybody? Have you lied to the United States citizen in order to get a document, to get a visa and come to the United States? So that's what it is in order to become a citizen. That's one of the requirements in order to become a citizen of the United States. Have you ever committed? Do you have a criminal history? So the example that I had was that, again, a client of mine, he was lucky to have had the green card. He got married to a U.S. citizen and had, this is another client, got married to a United States citizen and had his green card. Now, after 5 years, he wants to file for citizenship. But he did not know what his agent had put in his visa application. So he goes with me to the, he goes with me to the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services for an interview. He goes for an interview because he wants to become a U.S. citizen. They ask him, have you ever lied? No. Have you ever this? No. He says he's never told a lie to anyone. He's never told a lie to get documents to come to the United States. Unbeknownst to him, there were some contradictions as to the good moral character, what he put in his application back in his home country and what he put in the application here, his application for naturalization. Unbeknownst to him, because that visa application was put in by his agent. It was not put in by him. So unbeknownst to him, the visa application has that, has information that he does not know, and his application for naturalization has some other information. So what happened? This is what happened to him. Because of that, when an agent puts in information for you on your application, what they're saying, you are accepting culpability. That information, you cannot, if you get in problems, you cannot say that I am not the one who put it, or you cannot say that it's my agent who put it. That's your application. And you swore to it that what you were putting in that application was correct, just as you're swearing in this application for naturalization that the information you have in there is correct. So you swore in both cases. Now they're saying that the information is contradictory. And when the United States Immigration and Naturalization Services, when they see information that is contradictory, now the onus is on you, because again, you are the one who wants to become a U.S. citizen. Now, the downside to that is that when with that contradictory information, it's shown that you are not somebody of good moral character. So you find yourself in a situation where you go for an interview for naturalization to become a United States citizen, and instead of them granting your application, this is what happens. They tell you that because of the lie, because they're going to call it a lie, because of the lie, because of the contradictory information that we have at the embassy in your visa application and what you have here in your naturalization application, first, we will deny your naturalization application. Secondly, we are revoking. We are taking back the green card that you had 5 years ago, and we will be sending you to immigration court for deportation. So that's what can possibly happen. I'm not saying that it will happen in every case, but I'm saying that is what you are facing. So that's why I discourage you from using any agent to apply for you. But I hope that these two illustrations are enough to educate you as to why you should be the one to apply for your visa. As you all know, America is a land of immigrants. Anybody can come to America, and as long as they work hard, when you work hard, you can attain anything you put your mind to it. But also, you must also have to understand, in as much as America is a land of immigrants, America is also a land of laws. So you want to make sure that you educate yourself enough in order not to violate a law without knowing, because from the time that you put pen to paper applying for that visa, you are now putting yourself in a position where if you are not vigilant enough, that information in that visa application can hunt you down the line, even when you come to America. I hope that this was helpful. The essence of this show is to educate you so that you should not fall a victim to the same problems that those that went ahead of you fell a victim to. As we all know, knowledge is power. So, like, share, and subscribe so that we can empower each other. Thank you very much.